one of those key components that actually helped me get past that threshold was having a solid partner. Having a solid partner is a game changer. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Reform Felon Podcast. I'm your host, Art Hughes, Reform Felon Extraordinaire, and I'm on a mission to help 100 people that are straddling the fence, 1 foot in, 1 foot out of street life, help them cross over to where the grass is much greener. I was on my walk today and just wanted to talk about one of the key components that helped me cross that threshold of actually getting out of the streets and never having to look back. You know, it's been a long time since I've been in the streets. I've been out of the game for 12 years. I've been out of the streets for 12 years, and I ain't never had to look back and never had to jeopardize my freedom or my family in order to put food on the table. And one of those key components that actually helped me get past that threshold was having a solid partner. Having a solid partner is a game changer. Making it out of the streets and turning your life around is a lonely road. It's lonely. It's hard. You're going to fall, stumble, scrape your knee, bumps and bruises, knots upside your head. It's a long battle. It's a long, tough battle. It's a tough road. And I've tried to do it alone. I've tried to. And by me doing it alone, it made it easier to go back to what's familiar. Every time I got tripped up, bumped my head, I'm like, I'm going to go back to this. This is easier. This is what I know. That excuse was valid, but it wasn't correct. I couldn't push through because I was 100% alone. The support system wasn't there every time that I had a setback or I tripped and fell. When I got and scraped my knee, when I got up, it was like, let me go back to what's safer. Even though it wasn't safer because I'm risking my freedom. But let me go back to what is safer. Safer from the, I would say, I ain't gonna say embarrassment, but from the discomfort of going into these uncharted territories, going down this road that I've never been before. The discomfort of that, discomfortable going back to the block and risking my freedom and life versus the discomfort of going down the path that I've never been down. And, I tried, my first time ever trying to get out of the streets I was 16. There's a thing called Job Corps that they had back in the day. I don't know if it's still around, but they supposed to take you'll be out of that environment and put you in an environment where you are learning these life skills, learning these trades, but you're staying on campus. And once you're done, they're supposed to be able to set you right up for success and put you right in position to, use those skills that you learn. I caught a case like a couple weeks right before I went. So I couldn't even attend because I caught a case at 16. So I went back to what was familiar. I felt that I had to go back I had to stay in this comfort zone. And I've had those same similar experiences over and over and over again. When I tried to go to a different, like a welding school, I tried to go to auto body. I tried to go to Tri-C, the community college. I tried to do all that. But the discomfort of going down this road that I've never been was far worse than the comfort zone of me going back, standing on a block, dealing with the police, dealing with all these fiends, dealing with folks robbing, dealing with the everyday street life. This was more comfortable than this. And that's what I chose to be at. And, it wasn't till later on, after staying in this comfort zone, because I remember I got a job where it took me all the way out the environment. I was like working every day, and I was never around. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm making this money. I'm not going back to the block. I'm not going back hustling. And, if it was pretty cool money at the time, it was pretty decent. It wasn't no money, but it was cool money at the time where I could pay the bills and not be struggling, not be struggling at the end of the month, after I pay all my bills or whatever. But I was given the bare minimum at this place. Like, I was given the bare minimum. I wasn't, the work ethic that I had, that I've developed over the years, it was non-existent back then. So I was just going in there trying to do the bare minimum. And the job was super easy. I wasn't even doing nothing. Really just sweeping the little metal chips that come out of the machine. But it was a longer play that I could have ran. If I would have did the right thing, I could have jumped in and learned how to do the machine, whatever the CNC machine. I could have learned that skill and been good, because those guys was making like 60 grand, 70 grand a year at that joint. But I was given the bare minimum, and I got canned. And I got canned is like, okay, I paid my bills this month. I got a little money. It's like, okay, let me go back to this comfort zone. Let me go back to this comfort. Let me take this little money, do what I do best, do what I know how to do. And it went on like that for the whole, like I said, it took me 14 years to get out. It went on like that for a long time, until the very last time. The very last time I had a solid person in my corner. And that was the push that I needed to get me over to that threshold. Because it's a lonely road trying to make it out, trying to change your life. It's a lonely road. You're going to fall, skin your knee. And having that solid partner, when you do fall, that solid partner pick you back up and dust your knee off, spray some ointment on that joint and say, all right, let's go. You good? Let's go. And keep pushing. And that's what it was that changed the game for me. Is having that person that pushed me along the road and kept me going down that path of discomfort, kept me going down that path that I never been down before, because she was rolling with me. And she wasn't trying to hear no, all right, let's go back this route. Let's go back to the comfort zone. Nah, she wasn't trying to hear that. It was, hey, look, I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. And when you do have that solid partner, you got to be a solid partner as well. Now, that's the key. Because you got a solid partner that's rocking with you, and that's going to brush your knee off after you scrape it and try to put some Neosporin or whatever ointment and stitch you up and bandage you up and keep telling you keep pushing. You got to be solid to that person too. You can't be fucking over that solid person if you have that solid person in your life that's rocking with you, or it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I promise you that it's not going to work. And it's a hard thing to do, because as you coming out of the streets, you're used to a certain type of lifestyle. I know I was used to a certain type of lifestyle. I was used to having a bunch of women and just doing, pretty much what I wanted to do, not answering to Nobody, these are things that I had to learn, I had to grow. And I had to realize, like, man, this woman got my back, man. She don't care about just hanging out, drinking good, going to all the comedy shows and having a good time. She care about if I ate. You know what I'm saying? She care about me and my well-being. And that was the key thing, man. Because all it took was that one to make that push to get out. And I had her there push me over that threshold. And I ain't never had to look back. I ain't never had to jeopardize my family again, jeopardize my freedom again in order to make money or in order to eat, period. So being that solid partner is a key to it, as well as having that solid partner. You need that encouragement. Especially guys, man, you need that encouragement. A lot of the times you don't get that growing up. You come up in the hood, you don't get that encouragement. You don't get that attaboy. You don't get that great job. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that. I mean, at least I didn't. You know what I mean? I did. I can't speak for everybody else. But having that, it just does something to you. It makes you feel better. You know what I'm saying? About this journey that, all right, it's uncomfortable, but you with me. They let you know that they with you. Man, you can conquer the world. And that's why to this day, like, we've been married going on 8 years and we're still those solid partners to each other, helping us build. If she stumbles and falls, I got her. If I stumble and fall, she got me. Now we have a son. So we, both got him. And, we keep rocking like that. I don't think we can be stopped. And when you have that in your life, you want to make sure you reciprocate that same being a solid individual as well. Guys know what I'm talking about, being that solid person. Don't go out here fucking around on your girl. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you on this journey trying to do right and she helping you and riding with you on that journey. Don't be out there fucking around on your girl. I mean, and if you dependent on your girl for shelter, food, and transportation, you ain't got no business fucking around anyway. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no business fucking around at all. The person, man, be that solid person, and it'll take you further than you think. It'll take you further than you think. Keep pushing, keep trying your best to level up. You fall, stumble, let your partner help you back up. Dust you off and keep pushing. As you're gonna have some wins. Especially when you got that partner, you're gonna have some wins. So if you stacking wins every day, how could you lose? So like, subscribe, share this with somebody that you want to see make it out of the streets. And until then, we will see you guys next week.